Another Sunday club run. Unfortunately, we didn't get our wish for the same weather as the previous week, so this one was a bit grayer, at least at the start, but it could have been a lot worse. So we set off through the potholed roundabouts of Sudbury and headed out this time towards Bewers, opposite direction to our usual route. You used to be able to go out in every direction, but you just can't now because the nature of the roads is such that some are just too busy. Anyway, after a little bit of a loop round through Newton, we headed out towards Lavenham, and here we're going past a group from Boxford CC. We just caught them as we were rolling along. Nice to see some other cyclists out. And you can see there's some sort of spots of rain on the lens of the camera here, where it just started to drizzle a bit. And leaving Lavenham. Lovely little cycling road out towards Bridge Street, although nowadays it's absolutely hammered and full of potholes. And you can sort of get some clues as to why there. From Bridge Street we headed towards Shimpling and Hawkedon. I thought I'd let Angie do a little bit of the work along here. I've been on the front for quite a long time with Brian. Brian and I used to race together back in the 80s and 90s. We were two local first cat riders, so we sometimes went to races together and very often trained together. We had a great little chain gang group that used to go out on, I think, a Tuesday evening on a circuit around the Headinghams and Yeldham. This is the descent of Hartest Hill. Last week we climbed it, this week we went down it. Not sure which I prefer. Well, actually no, I do know which I prefer, because I'm definitely no descender. I always bottle out on anything that goes downhill. This one's... it's okay as a descent, but the problem with it is you can't really see. So if there's something round one of those bends and you're going very, very fast. So I prefer to just ease back a little bit here. This is Hawkedon, which is, if I had to take anybody to anywhere in Suffolk as a typical Suffolk village, I'd take them to Hawkedon, not Lavenham. The reason I put this in is because of those poppies, which were just stunning. Absolutely covered that garden. But I love Hawkedon anyway. I love the church here and I love the pasture around the church. Always seems to be from another age. And then we headed to Clare and stopped at platform 1 for a coffee. I love platform 1, I love Clare. It's a bit too close to home really for stops generally, but we sort of did a loop round today and I had very sore legs today. I'd ridden a 50-mile time trial the previous day. In fact, I did a personal best 50, which at 60 is quite a nice thing to do really. But anyway, it meant my legs were very, very sore indeed, so I didn't want a ride that took me out into the middle of nowhere just in case I couldn't get back.
Clear, turn left. Sorry, I was where we were going there. And then you go to Castle Headingham.
And then back through Gestingthorpe. And one of the things I love about cycling is the things that you see that you miss when you're in a car. Just have a look at this. I think it's a kestrel, but I stand to be corrected on this. And it had caught something and was carrying it off just as we went past. And you'd probably miss that if you were in a car, or you wouldn't miss it and you'd kill it or something like, you know. Either way, it's a lot nicer being on a bike. You get to see things in a way that you don't from a car. And there it was with its mouse or vole or whatever it was, about to become an ex-mouse or vole. And then it was just back to Sudbury. I don't know why we went back to Sudbury really, because all three of us who were out on the ride, Angie, Brian and myself, we all live in Essex. Brian and I decided to head back to Sudbury anyway, just to do the miles I suppose, and we looked round through the lanes and then eventually back home. And as you can see, the weather had really improved by that time, better late than never.